So do you ever feel like you have an idea that you really want to get out there? You have some kind of different thing that you want to try with your creativity, with your creative act, but then all of a sudden something in you just absolutely freaking punches it out of you and makes you feel like, nah, you can't do that because of this. You can't do that because of what are they going to say? You can't do that because you won't be able to make money if you do it that way. And that sucks, right? That freaking sucks. It's like we're beating ourselves up before we even get something out, before we even try anything. And we're punching out our freaking best ideas, and it sucks. So this is something that I've struggled with for a while. It's something that I don't even know that I struggled with, and I don't even think a lot of us know and understand that we're struggling with it. But basically, being able to play it small is not great. Playing it small and taking these ideas and making them small because we're trying to fit ourselves into certain expectations, certain, attention that we want from other people, or certain just things that we need, approval that we need from other people. It's not the greatest thing that we're going to have for our creativity. It's not. So playing it small comes from us thinking that we have to create a certain way, and we box ourselves in. It's this invisible box that we create around ourselves, and it's terrible. It freaking sucks. You know what I'm saying? Because I always felt like I wanted to do certain things. I wanted to go out there and try stuff. But then I started thinking like, okay, well, am I going to be able to make money that way? It's this box that I created. This is a trap that I created for myself of saying like, I still need to make money because I want to be able to support my girlfriend. I want to be able to do something good in the future. But that was really making my creativity smaller. And I don't want my creativity to be smaller. I want to unleash my full potential, like I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. So it wasn't until I saw something from Kanye West that's been constantly reiterated over the past few years of my life. And what he said in this documentary from a long time ago, he basically said when he was first growing, when he was first doing his music and coming up, he said, I already got the money. I already know what I'm going to do. Like, I don't need this. I don't need this. If I fail at this, I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing before, but I'm going to go out here and do it to the best of my ability, do it how I want to do it. So you can't tell me what to do because I don't need nothing from this, man. So that is part of why I believe that he had that creativity, that ability to just go out there and create what he wanted. And another thing he says is that he is just so authentic. Like, you can't knock it because it's so authentic. And I think that authenticity comes from this place, man. He doesn't need anything. He's just creating because he loves to do it and he wants to create it to the best of his ability. And we see how that turned out. So for ourselves, wouldn't it be freaking fun to create from that place? To create from that place of just being able to just shoot for the stars because we aren't held down by chains that are holding us down. Just being able to create something where you instantly have an idea and you're like, this idea makes no sense to anybody right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here because I freaking want to. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. Boom, you go and put it out. That's what I think is going to be the most fun and the best place to create from. So once I realized this and I started to change, it took time. It took time for that idea to really sit in my mind and be like, yeah, I'm starting to see how this is holding me back a little bit. What I really did is try to accept the fact that I may never make money from YouTube. I may never actually have success, quote unquote, on YouTube. And that's okay. I'm just going to create how I want to create to the best of my ability, create as good as I can, create stuff that I love, create stuff that I want to see out there in the world. And once I made that switch, it's like a whole world opened up. Everything, every avenue, every aspect of how I want to create videos opened up. And it was like, it's just a playground. It's a complete playground. If I have a video idea that's completely in left field, I can go and create it. Ain't nobody watching right now anyways. So why not? I'm going to go ahead and shoot for the stars, man. I'm going to go ahead and shoot and have fun with this and be able to create and give you guys as best as possible what I think I can bring y'all. And something else I heard from Rick Rubin is the fact that it's very good if you're able to separate your need for money, your need for all that stuff from your creativity because it unleashes your creativity. It allows you to just go out there and shoot for the stars. And a long time ago, I remember reading this book called Mastery. And in that book, he talked about if you're trying to be a success in something, get a part-time job or get a job that allows you to sustain yourself. And every other hour of the day, go out there and freaking be putting it into what you're trying to be successful at, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to create. So for myself, I just came to the point of okay, I can accept the fact that if I need to get a part-time job, I will get a part-time job. Every other hour of the day, I'm going to be putting it into doing YouTube. I'm going to be putting it in to make these videos as best I possibly can, to do it as best I possibly can. So for yourself, what's that idea that you are holding back? Do you have something that you are trying to create that you feel like, well, it's actually getting filtered through all these filters. What are those filters that you're putting on yourself? What are those limits that you're putting on yourself? And how can you remove them? You know, if it's focusing on your parents' approval, how can you remove that? Is there something that, you know, you might have to move out eventually if they don't approve of what you're doing? You might have to find an avenue other than that. Do you have to, you know, make means for other people? Do you have to support other people? Can you get a part-time job, be able to support your girlfriend, your family, and all that stuff, and then be able to have this creativity and have this act as its own little pure thing? It's pure, it's on its own. You ain't got to filter it through nobody. You ain't got to filter it through nothing except your own passions, your own interests, and your own desires. I really hope to see that out there in the world, because that's going to be the best stuff that we could ever create. Man, that's going to be so damn great. I think this is going to open, this new age that we're going into is going to open the door for you to do that. So just get ready for that, man. I hope you're tapping into your creativity right now. I hope you're tapping into your ability to do that, because it's going to bring your best potential out of here, into anything that you want to do. I love you guys. Let me know, update me on what you're currently creating right now. How are you creating it? What kind of filters do you have up? Let me know everything that's going on in your life. I just love you guys so much. Hope you have an amazing week. Love you. Peace.